Hey guys, thanks for checking into part 2 of our back workout. In the first video, I showed you how to get a great workout using the pull-up bar. Now we're going to show you to get a great back workout using resistance bands. The great thing about resistance bands is they allow your hands to move in 3D space because you're not locked into a barbell. You can rotate your hand, you can pull, you can seamlessly move from one grip to the next. Let's say you're in the wide position, you can now turn and go into a neutral position. You can simultaneously move into a pronate or a supinated position. There are so many things you can do with the resistance bands. You have to get a resistance band that is challenging enough. These aren't your resistance bands from the 80s where they were used for therapy. Some of these are really, really tough, and you can get just as great a workout using resistance bands as you would using free weights. Another great thing about resistance bands is the variable resistance that I've talked about in other videos. As you stretch it, it gets harder and harder and harder. You can use that to your advantage, and that makes resistance bands a fantastic workout. So we're going to get started on some of the pull-ups here. I've just got 2 resistance bands, 2 separate bands supported over one of my support columns. I'm going to take the first resistance band, and I'm just going to sit down and get myself into a pull-up position. I can pull wide, I can pull narrow, you can do all that you want. Focusing on using your arms and your elbows and your back muscles to pull the weight. I'm not moving my midsection. See what I'm doing right here? I'm not getting any back workout at all. I'm using my body weight to pull the weight down. What you want to do is sit down or lay down or get yourself in a position where you're rigid and you're not moving. And now you can just start doing pull-ups. And the great thing with these rotating resistance bands is you can freely move from grip to grip. You're not locked into a bar. So now what you can also do is do a wide and rotate inward. Rotating inward from a wide pronated to a close supinated. You can take your back muscles through the entire range of motion. And now one thing you can also do is keep tension going outwards, which is using my rear deltoids and my lats to spread the weight out. And now I'm keeping it wide and making sure that you're driving that elbow a fair distance. It's up here above my ear. Now it's below my ear. The more distance that elbow travels, the more my back musculature I'm using. Okay? So, that's with using resistance bands. Another great thing you can do with the resistance bands is double them up and do unilateral work. So here, we're going to get back down. We're using one resistance band on both resistance bands. Sorry, not both resistance bands. Both handles of the same band on one arm. And we're pulling. And we're pulling. This is exactly the same as doing a dumbbell row. And you can go close grip. And you can go close grip. Now, let's say if you're on your knees, it's too easy. Well, then get down on your back and start rowing. I like to use this other arm for counterweight so that I can balance. And we're rowing. And we're rowing. Drive that hand outwards to work out a part of your back. And now drive your elbow towards your hip to work the inner part of your back and your lower back muscles. Seamlessly switch to your other hand. And now we're doing rowing with our left hand. Making sure that elbow is traveling a great amount of space. Let's say that we've graduated past that and it's pretty easy. Now what I want you to do is, with your second resistance band, grab both of them. So now you've got 2 handles in each hand. Get yourself in a rowing position. And we're just pulling. And we're just pulling. You can sit down in front of it and drive those elbows as far down as you can. And because your hands are free to rotate, you can change grips instantaneously. And in the first video, I taught you guys about the chin-ups when you're doing a supinated grip, how it's tough to hold it in the top position. You can start neutral, which is where your hands want to be, and rotate inward. You can start outwards and rotate inward. start outwards, and rotate to supinated. You do enough of these, and now I want to show you one important thing. If I was just doing this, that's mostly my bicep because my elbow isn't traveling a great distance. Once you're able to get that elbow to travel a great distance, then you start using your back muscles more. Okay? So, freely just let them go into the air. So we've taught you a number of moves. We taught you the resistance band wide. You can do neutrals. You can do close grip. You can corkscrew and turn them as you're going through the movement. You can also do single-handed rows with two hands, or one hand on two handles. And you're focusing on getting that elbow and driving it back. Get a good resistance band with some really good tension, and you can get a great workout of your back muscles. Thanks for watching.